Hi everybody, it's me. I know I haven't posted a post in quite a while, not since I was in Oregon by Crater Lake. I have recorded several videos, all of which I have deleted. The first one I posted, I was at work, and even though I made sure there was no patient information, I did not feel comfortable posting it up, just in case I got in trouble, because of the whole HIPAA thing. The second one I posted last night, I kind of went off kilter a lot, didn't talk about what I wanted to do, so I deleted that one. So let's see, third time's a charm, right? The last time I saw you guys, I was in Oregon visiting my best friend who I had not seen in 10 years. Ruth became my sister right after I graduated from high school, right after she graduated from high school. She was there for a lot of my worst dark times. She got me through a lot. And so her opinion and her perspective mattered greatly to me. So I thought I would talk about what that was like. When we posted at Crater Lake, I had intended to post a very long video. I had intended to talk about not just her perspective, but how her perspective impacted me, and talk about just a lot of different things. Unfortunately, the beauty of where we were and the fact that it was so damn crowded blew that all out of my mind. I hadn't seen Ruth, as I said, in a very long time, and last time I saw her, she was down here for what we lovingly call my unbachelorette party from my first husband, and I want to say I was above 300 again. I think I was probably about 320 at that point. I'd always been big. I'd always been the big one in the group. It was just sort of what was. And so when we pulled up in front of her house that night, I didn't know what to expect. We'd been friends on Facebook forever, and she's seen the progress I've made. She's seen the photographic proof, but seeing a two-dimensional picture and seeing me in person are two entirely different things. So I didn't know really what to expect. And when she came out of the house, she enveloped me in this bear hug and almost knocked me over. She did not realize that I was in fact a featherweight. When we got inside, her reaction was, "Where did you go?" Of course, she touched my face and, where the cheeks go, and that now my eyes stand out like crazy, and just things like that. And for me, that was a huge deal because she approved. And I don't know why I thought maybe she wouldn't, but I have gotten some very negative feedback, even in things that weren't said. Like people that hung out with me when I was big now won't hang out with me. Primarily, I think because maybe they view me as, I don't know, competition, whatever the reason. But that's kind of what I've gotten. Like I said, mostly the response has been overwhelmingly positive, but you get those few naysayers. And I don't know why I was nervous, but that's just the nature of the beast with me. I am a worrier. That's what I do. So the whole trip was good for me in and of itself. It got me away from home. It got me away from the stresses of home. It got me away so I could reset in a very beautiful environment. She lives in the middle of the Willamette National Forest in Oregon, way up high. Driving there, we were in the middle of a cloud, which was just weird because it was raining and foggy and just very bizarre. But it was good to get home. Lots of people are content to live in a very small town. I'm not one of them. I need my conveniences. I like to be able to go to the mall if I want to, or go to Walmart for cleaning supplies, and I don't want to have to drive 2 hours to do it. I didn't have Starbucks for a whole week because I didn't have a Starbucks. But it is a very nice place to visit, and I will be going back again, not only because I want to see my best friend, but also because, it's gorgeous. Yesterday was my 18-month follow-up. 18 months ago, a year and a half ago, I went under the knife and changed my life. For some reason, I was ridiculously nervous about this appointment. I can't begin to tell you why. I was just really nervous. As I've talked about before, constipation is a constant chronic problem after surgery. I might go 2 or 3 days with next to nothing happening, and then the third or fourth day, everything breaks loose and it's like everybody out of the pool. Well, yesterday was I'm going to let you go a little bit, but not a whole lot. And as I've mentioned also before, that makes for weight gain. If you don't go for a couple days, there's potentially 8 pounds you're holding on to. Excuse me. So that was why I was worried. Because when I stood on my scale a few days ago, butt naked, not having that problem, I weighed 174.6. Got on their scale, and of course you do what you do. You know, you take everything out of your pockets, you strip down whatever you can strip down. So I took off my shoes, took everything out of my pockets, took off my sunglasses. I didn't even wear a necklace yesterday on purpose. I didn't want the extra ounces. And I weighed 178. I know my clothes that I wore yesterday weighed at least a pound and a half, but they didn't weigh 4 pounds. So it was kind of disheartening to look at that number, but I was still lighter than I was when I went in January. So that was a plus. I thought they were going to tell me that I wasn't close enough to goal to get my referral to plastic surgery, that I had to, wait another year before I could get it, even though they had mentioned it last time I was there. And so I was just really, nervous. And Diane came in, my PA, and in a situation like this where you only see the PAs because the doctors are busy off doing surgery, if you develop a camaraderie and a relationship with one PA, you should really only see that one PA. So in the first few months that I went there, I would see Diane and somebody else who has since retired. And I saw one that threw me for an utter loop and sent me into a deep spiraling neuroses. I think that was when I was having such a hard mental state. I was convinced I was going to gain all the weight back, and I didn't want to eat, and because of something he had said. So I made a decision after that appointment that I was only going to see Diane. So that's what I've done. I request Diane, and if I have to wait for her, I wait for her. So anyway, Diane came in, and she was very happy with my progress. She was very, my vitamins looked good. In fact, I now can ditch 2 of my vitamins. I don't have to take the B complex anymore, nor do I have to take the B12 anymore. So that's 2 tablets throughout the week. I was taking my B12 every 3rd day and my B complex every other day. So I don't know, 5 pills gone a week. Doesn't seem like much, but after having taken 14 pills in a day down to whatever I was taking now, down to 5 less a week, makes me happy. The rest of them are kind of maintenance. I will always take calcium, and I will always take the multivitamin, and I will always take my Depakote, because let's face it, an epileptic without medication is bad juju. I am living proof, hence the bump on my head. That's the remnant of my last seizure. I got my referral to plastic surgery. She did say because I didn't have much skin breakdown, there was the possibility that Dr. Amir Shabani would not do anything, especially because the insurance wouldn't cover it. We'll see. And then she looked at the numbers and she said, okay, you've lost nearly 200 pounds. Where did you lose it from? Because she looks at the way my body is clothed when I'm standing. It does not, I look like I have that much skin. Yes, I have it in my bat wings, and I have this weird waddle thing. But when I'm standing, that's all you see. You don't see the belly skin or the boob skin or the ass skin or the leg skin when I'm clothed and not wearing shorts. So I proceeded to pull out my picture. When I went through that big, huge neuroses period, Lee made me a side-by-side comparison picture. On the far side, you had me in December before surgery. The middle, you had me in July of last year, so about a year ago now. And the last one was in November of last year. So since that last picture, I've lost another 30 pounds, but I look similar enough to the way I am now, so you kind of get an idea. It's an accurate representation of what I look like now. So I showed her that. And her reaction was just to put her hand over her mouth and gasp and go, "Oh my God." Well, as I mentioned, Dr. Coates is never in the office. You only ever see his PAs because the man does 4 surgeries a day, 5 days a week, however many work weeks there are a year. And his son, who is a partner in the practice, also does surgeries like that. So if you see any of the Coates, you don't see the doctor. But it just so happened that Dr. Coates was in the office yesterday for a meeting. So I went and was able to see him and showed him that side by side and was able to thank him. And I got really misty-eyed and weepy, and because the man basically changed my life. So I did get my referral also to plastic surgery, and I have my consult on August 12th. So I'll let you know how that goes. That's about it for now. You want to see Puppy? Hi, Suki. Hi. Say hi. Say hi. Okay. So, Suki's not really playing along today. So anyway, talk to y'all later.